somebody's asking about, you know, putting the weapon on safe whenever you're doing a rifle transition. Not necessarily a reloading question, but I mean, I definitely make an attempt to put the weapon on safe as I'm transitioning. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I pay attention to it,
Right.
and I'll go back and readdress that later. But the threat is I had to transition. I have to melt somebody, and
So for me, if I pull the trigger and the hammer falls and the gun doesn't go bang, I'm not putting it on safe. Because the only way that happens,
give it the attempt, but yes, in that situation where like if I'm aware that like it was a malfunction or whatever, but it's just like built into me in terms of transitions where whenever I'm bringing my gun down to the side, my thumb is just going like this as I'm reaching for the gun or my pistol.
Right. So that's where I think we differ a little bit, even coming from the same school, where if it goes back, if it goes click, I know I can't put it on safe.
Right.
If I mash a mushy trigger, I know it can't go on safe.
Right.
Contextually, for me, and the way that I perceive awareness in the engagement, I stay connected to the target. I'm not even, hand speed rules the day for me at that point.
Right, but I think that you could probably agree with this as I am dragging my thumb connected off of my pistol grip of my rifle, that it's easy enough just to swipe that, and if it happens, it happens.
It is. Now, I did, with the post I did about reloads, I still train both, where I put it on and off. But for me, it becomes a holistic idea of training where I'm going to train both concepts and things. But what if you were to talk about a pre-planned way to do business, like I try to stay really aware on what's going on in the engagement. At no point am I shooting where I'm like, oh, let me look and see what's going. No, it doesn't work that way. If I pull the trigger and it doesn't go bang and I'm in an engagement, not on the range, I'm immediately going to the pistol. If I have,
I'm not disagreeing with that at all.
Yeah, but I do train both ways. I do train to put it on safe, and I measure it and see how it is. So I feel like for me, from a shooter standpoint, I'm well versed at both things.
I guess now that the more that I think about it, like whenever I'm shooting and you're saying like, wait, what are you drinking? That Stella?
Or this is a Stella.
Oh, look at Almaza for a second.
I wish I had an Almaza, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I guess just being aware. It's just like whenever you know when you're shooting your rifle and you're shooting, you know how it feels when your gun goes dry. You know how it feels when the bolt locks to the rear. You automatically transition or you go into a bolt lock reload. Whenever I'm shooting and like I have a mushy trigger, or whatever, like I'll still like swipe the selector lever, but like in the back of my mind, I know that either it's not going to go on safe or it's going to go on safe, but that's not the urgency of the situation. There's a reason why I'm transitioning, and I just go for the transition.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, and I think it comes down to like skills and ability, right? It goes to what your awareness, and then I don't think one is right or one is wrong. Are you doing yourself a disservice by trying to put it on safe? No. But when it doesn't go on safe, you're trying to do that while the gun is dropping anyway, while you're making the really aggressive move to the pistol, because from a contextual standpoint, you're in a fucking engagement.
Mm-hmm.
Like this whole looking at the gun, IDing them out, fuck, the gun it's down. It doesn't matter what caused it to go down.
Yeah, that's your point.
If you're carrying a secondary, go to the secondary. If the distance says to do that, right? If you're at 50 meters, no, don't. yeah, don't transition your pistol, you know, move, start changing your positions and start working on that primary gun, the gun that's going to make you the most successful for that 50-meter engagement. I think that's the right way.